Hey guys and girls, Todd here with Arena Accessories. Just wanted to make a quick video to announce our new version of our grippy budget Balisong knife. This is the belt sheet that it comes in. Nice horizontal carry mount option for concealed carry. The biggest difference, besides the fact that now the blade is black coated and it's got our logo on it, same 3CR steel, 3CR13. We've got a spring latch. So as soon as you squeeze the handles together, you can get to flipping. The latch stays away. Not sure how well this is going to focus, but you are not going to have the latch impeding your flipping skills, your flipping tricks. Obviously, I don't have flipping skills, but I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to practice. But this thing, we're trying to produce the cheapest possible Balisong knife that has the best quality. So we're trying to go for the most bang for your buck. We had so many people asking how to remove the latch, because the latch on the original one was had the same style trainer blade. The only difference was it was a satin blade. We went with a black coated blade because obviously black coating not only looks cool on the black grippy textured handle scales that we've got going on, but it also is going to help with the rust resistance over many years' time. If you got a coated blade versus a non-coated blade, I mean, you're protecting all that area of steel from the elements. So what you're getting for this package is everything that you used to get with the original one. The only thing different is there's a little spring inside in the back of the handle. The other major difference that I wanted to share is if you did want to remove the latch, what you do is you remove 3 of these screws on the handle scales. So let me just show you how quick it is to do that. Should the time arise where you decide, hey, I don't even want a latch at all, we have a tutorial up for our original version, but we never made one for the new version yet. So once you take these 3 handle scale screws out, you can just twist it downward, and then there's the pin screw that holds the latch. Once you pull that out, you'll see here that there's another little pin, and that's the pin that holds the spring. So this little pin mounts onto the end of the spring, and then if you wanted to take the latch off, you just pop it off. So to reassemble it, obviously it's the opposite. You're just going to take your spring assembly, put the pin back into the handle scale like that. I like to hold my finger on it. It popped out on me. Let's flip it the other way. Gravity working against you is never a good thing. Get the pin and back seated. Pop the spring over the pin, and then you're going to take your scale, and if you need a little bit of help, you take your screwdriver and you just push the top of the pin over, get it lined up in the hole, and then you're ready to go. Now you're ready for your handle screw. Now your handle screws are a little tiny bit longer, maybe a 1/2 millimeter longer for the inner scale. So don't mix those up with the external scale screws. You're going to get this one going. You don't want to over tighten it because obviously you don't want to impede. Just snug it. That's good. And now you just do the opposite. You put your handle scale screws back on, and obviously if you wanted to remove the latch pin, it's now gone. I love magnetic screwdrivers, by the way, because they just make life so much easier. Obviously, if you really wanted to go crazy, you could add thread locker to every one of these little screws if you needed to, but these ones aren't going to usually cause too many problems loosening up. The old model with the satin blade, sometimes they use screws that were a little bit too long. So on this new production run, we told them you should make sure that the threads are about 1 millimeter shorter that hold the handle screws, handle scales on. And our factory did what we asked. Now, this factory also gave us a huge pain in the butt this past year, but it is what it is. Supply chains being difficult, supply costs going up, material costs going up, delays due to, you know, when you're doing a run of one product versus a big company that comes in and is doing a run of 200 products, we're going to get pushed to the bottom of the totem pole. So this thing has been in production, I hate to say it, probably for over a year, but we finally have it in stock. We finally have got it here. It's just nice because you can literally just start flipping. You don't have to worry about the latch pin getting in your way, getting in the way of the blade as you're flipping. You've got, obviously, no Loctite, no thread locker or thread glue on the threads. This might be a little bit initially on the, you know, the screws as it comes from the factory, but we don't add thread locker from the factory, not too much. We just, there's a very light amount because of the fact that we ship it with the two blades. So some people like to start out with the live blade right away. They're ready. They don't need the trainer. Other people that buy from us, it's their first butterfly knife and they're not looking to spend a lot. So they want to be able to have the trainer blade on for a little while and then later change it. Whatever blade you're keeping, it's important to use thread locker. And we actually stock the Vibratite. Actually, I have some over here in our store. We've got the red here. This is the permanent. So once you're sure, go with the red. The red Vibratite is going to hold to the point where you're going to have to heat it to loosen it up. So if you want to be able to swap the blade easily, then you'd go with the blue. Now you can get it at your local hardware store. The only difference why we carry the gel is because usually the gels aren't found in local stores, and we prefer the gels because they're just a lot easier. So if, in my experience, I've never even gone through a full tube of one of these after thread locking 100 knives. So it lasts you a long time. As long as you keep the cap sealed, it's a good investment. If you're going to own butterfly knives and you don't know how to thread lock a screw, it's like buying a Ferrari and not putting gas in it. It's not going to work because you're gonna lose screws. So it is what it is. If you can't learn about how to turn a screwdriver and properly apply thread locker, you're gonna have a world of pain with butterfly knives, just plain and simple, because you're gonna lose screws. And if you lose a screw and it goes in the carpet, it's gonna be a fun time. I mean, we have this issue sometimes with people that buy from us, and you know, if we don't carry spares for that specific model, it's kind of their fault, and it's we warn everybody on the checkout page. We try to put it in the descriptions, but that's the most important thing with any Balisong. Whether you spent $300 on it, whether you spent $1,000, whether you spent $20 on it, you gotta thread lock your screws. And so I'm gonna have more tutorials coming up, specifically how to thread lock the screws on any type of pocket knife. I'm gonna plan for this, and we're gonna release that shortly. But that's not the purpose of this video. I wanted to thank you guys for your support. If you liked the old version, check out the new version. If you were wishing your knife had a spring latch, this is a new design. So unfortunately, can't just sell you the parts because it won't. It's a totally different mold that they had to make for the handle scales in order to add this spring latch. Latch is a little different than last time, and this isn't the design we originally went with, but it's the design that we had to go with because the factory forced us into it. And either way, it's a good little pin. It serves a purpose, and the stonewash look kind of matches the overall theme. Once the knife is all assembled, you got that blacked out look. So let us know what you guys think of this knife in the comments below. If you've had the first version, if you have any opinions about it, feel free to chime in. We've got reviews also on our listing page. The listing for this knife is going to be in the description. And we're going to try to make probably even a package that also includes the lube as well. So if you need lube, we do carry some KPL. We also have this one, which is really good. I kind of prefer it to KPL. It's a little cheaper. EKS Sologen High Tech Oil, because this one's actually food grade. So not that you go crazy cutting up carrots with your butterfly knife, but if you wanted to, it's food grade. So you don't have to worry about petroleum, petrolates, or however you're going to say it, chemicals. So there you have it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and make sure you subscribe and like this video if you appreciated it. Have a great one.